Now to 45,000 dock workers threatening to strike at some of the biggest ports in America.
45,000 union dock workers likely to walk off the job.
Dock workers are threatening to walk off the job.
Kicking off a massive strike.
If that happens, the nation's supply chain could feel the impact.
People grabbing everything. I mean, all the eggs is gone.
People are just walking around like they don't know what to do.
Imagine your medication delayed, your grocery store shelves running empty, and entire industries at a standstill. All because of one man's determination to prioritize one thing above all else: money. This is the reality behind the ongoing strike by the Longshoremen, represented by the International Longshoremen's Association. So, what's causing this chaos? Who's at the center of it all, and what do they really want? The Longshoremen say they're fighting for their rights and fair compensation. But the question is, at what cost to the American public? The International Longshoremen's Association, ILA, represents over 50,000 union dock workers at ports up and down the East Coast and Gulf Coast of the United States. These aren't just any workers, they are the backbone of America's supply chain, ensuring goods move in and out of the country, feeding into our economy. But right now, everything is at a standstill. So why are they on strike? The ILA is demanding several key concessions from the United States Maritime Alliance, USMX, before they return to work. Their demands include wage increases, a ban on automation, and stronger job protections. They argue that these changes are necessary to ensure fair treatment and protect their livelihoods. Sounds fair, right? After all, who wouldn't want job security and fair pay? But when you dig deeper into the details, things start to look a little more complicated.
MSC is the richest shipping company in the world, made 3 times the money than Amazon. One of the companies, and I won't mention his name, he took himself a Christmas bonus, $4 billion. He took it out for him and his family, $4 billion. A French company, they gave all their employees 50 months' salary as a Christmas gift. They have so much money, they don't even know what to do with it. They know they're building up terminals, they want to go automation, they want more money now. Get rid of these men, we don't need them no more. It's a big change going on. I've been fighting automation for years. They destroyed LA, they put a fully automated terminal at the Merce line. 800 longshoremen lost their job. If it was up to them, they would like to see everybody lose their job. Let me tell you, it's not just in the longshore. They got ships in Europe that they're building. They got one now, runs on a battery, container ship. No crew. Somebody in an office building runs it. Goes out, goes in. They don't want anybody. They don't want to pay anybody. If they keep putting machinery to take our jobs, who's going to pay the income tax? Machines are not. Who's going to pay for the military, the roads, everything? Runs by taxes.
Daggett's words reflect the union's firm stance on automation, but the ILA's demands are creating ripples far beyond the ports. But it's not just about the money. The ILA is also demanding a complete ban on automation at the ports. They want to prohibit the use of automated cranes, gates, and container-moving trucks used in loading and unloading cargo. Why? Because they fear that automation will take away their jobs. Now, while that might seem like a reasonable concern, the reality is that automation has been proven to increase efficiency and safety in ports around the world. The ILA argues that robots do not pay taxes, they do not spend money in their communities. But that's a simplistic way of looking at a complex issue. The truth is, embracing technology is necessary for the ports to keep up with the increasing global demand and maintain America's competitive edge. So, is the ILA's refusal to compromise really about protecting jobs, or is it about preserving power and control over the industry? After all, automation doesn't mean fewer jobs. It often means different jobs requiring training and adaptation. While the ILA and the USMX continue their standoff, it's everyday Americans who are paying the price. The strike is already having a ripple effect, causing massive disruptions to the supply chain. Shelves are starting to look bare. Deliveries are delayed, and businesses that depend on imported goods are facing severe losses. Take a look at the Southern Tier in New York, where the strike's impact is being felt the hardest. Thousands of businesses are affected. People are struggling to get basic necessities like food and medication, and companies are unable to meet demands due to lack of supplies. All because one group is digging in its heels, refusing to budge.
Hallwood Fork's flatbed truck is empty and ready to haul its next load, but tonight with a looming strike, he's not sure if he'll have work in the morning.
That's one of the main avenues where we can guarantee work from every month.
His small trucking business is usually hauling aluminum and solar panels from Port Houston, where thousands of dock workers are threatening to walk out over concerns about pay and automation that union leaders say would affect jobs.
That's like having a guaranteed job stop on you, and then you have to figure it all out with what you have. Is mind-boggling.
Our main products being fresh fruit. Talking about this, there's not so much you can do with perishable items. It's not like we can stock up on bananas and be hiding them somewhere. So we really just have to hope for the best, be vigilant, and be as methodical as we can.
The American people are caught in the crossfire of a battle that has escalated beyond just labor rights. This isn't just a negotiation, it's a power play that could have long-lasting consequences for everyone. Be clear, no one is saying workers don't deserve fair wages or job security. But when the demands become unreasonable and the impact on the public is devastating, we have to ask who's really benefiting from all this. The ILA claims that ocean carriers are enjoying rich billion-dollar profits while offering inadequate wages to their workers. But what they're not talking about is how much the union leadership itself stands to gain from maintaining control and power over the ports. They've made it clear USMX must meet our demands, or the strike will continue. It's a high-stakes game of chicken, and right now, the American people are losing. And the consequences of this standoff go beyond just economic losses. If this strike continues, we're looking at a potential recession as supply chains continue to crumble. So, is the ILA really looking out for its members? Or are they playing a dangerous game with America's economy? The public is starting to push back. People are questioning whether the ILA's demands are truly justified or if they're simply a power grab. Social media is buzzing with criticism, and even some longtime union supporters are beginning to express doubt. The anger is palpable. People are tired of being caught in the middle of a fight that doesn't seem to have a clear end. And as the pressure mounts, it's becoming increasingly clear something has to give. The ILA has made their position clear. They're prepared to continue the strike until all their demands are met. But at what point do we draw the line? At what point do we say enough is enough?
I should say, Congressman, right off the bat, we are getting confirmation from some sources at the Port Authority of New Jersey and New York that they are planning for picketing throughout the port complex. Now, some folks are taking that as an indication that there definitely will be a strike. What say you?
Well, I hope there isn't. I mean, nothing's definite in this world. So let's really, get into it and let's try to straighten this thing out. It's a big deal. And you said some of the numbers before. Yeah. $4.5 billion per day in affecting our economy. And we don't want to go back. I mean, we've already still have some supply chain problems. This will really exacerbate supply chain problems, can exacerbate food shortages. Also, a lot of these supplies for automobiles, a lot of the parts for automobiles go through these ports. This is a real big deal.
So, what's the solution? It's simple. The ILA needs to come to the table with realistic expectations, and the USMX needs to prioritize fair negotiations. The American people cannot continue to suffer because of a conflict that spiraled out of control. This isn't just a fight between the ILA and USMX anymore. It's a fight that's impacting millions of Americans who rely on these ports for their livelihoods. The ports are the lifeblood of America's supply chain, and if they don't start moving again soon, the consequences will be catastrophic. The ILA needs to decide, are they willing to sacrifice the future of American trade and the economy for demands that seem increasingly out of touch? It's time to put an end to this standoff and get America's ports back to work. We want to hear your thoughts. Do you think the ILA is justified in their demands, or have they taken things too far? What should the USMX do to resolve this standoff? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more updates on this developing story. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay vigilant.